This conference will now be recorded.
Lead us in a prayer.
Yes, dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for the opportunity to be here as the Board of County Commissioners for Lawrence County. Lord, we ask that you be with us and help us make the right decisions for the benefit of all of the people in our community. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Amen. I will call the meeting to order. First item is pledge allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Board action. Approve the agenda. Are there any changes, corrections, deletions?
Two additions, Mr. Chairman, please, under general business. There is resolution 2026-18, which is the Boulder Park Road District, the addition of territory. It's a perfunctory matter, and I'll explain it more later. And then please also under John Bay's time, there's a change order for his chip seal project for you to consider that. Other than that, I don't know any changes.
Entertain a motion to approve it.
Motion to approve is amended.
Thank you.
Second.
Motion and a second. Discussion. All in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Would you unmute Eric, please?
He is, his name?
Oh, he's muted.
Yeah.
Opposed, same sign. All right, thank you. Conflicts pertaining to the agenda. Are there any?
None.
None.
None, nothing from Eric. Okay. You need a motion to approve the June 23rd, 2026 meeting.
So
Peanuts.
Second.
Thank you. Discussion. All in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I forgot to note if there's any negative votes, you'll have to do roll call today because of Eric's appearing online.
Very good, thank you. Bills.
Motion to approve the bills.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Same sign. Personnel. Teresa?
All right, I have two from the sheriff's office. It's to approve a step raise for Sarah Bastian as a full-time permanent dispatcher 1, grade 2, the base rate of $25.30 effective July 26th. And then approve a new hire of Kaylee Hopkin as a part-time fill-in correction officer 1, grade 3 at a base pay of $25.80 effective July 14.
Move to approve. Thank you.
Second.
Second, discussion. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you. Travel requests.
I have one for Veteran Service Office, is to approve the travel request for Kevin Bowen to attend the 2026 Annual Benefit School in Sioux Falls from September 15th through the 18th.
Entertain a motion. Motion to approve. Thank you.
Second.
Second, discussion. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Same sign. Auditor's account, Brenda, please.
This says as of June 30th, 2026, total amount of deposits in the banks is $23,897,661.48. Included in that balance are our bank balance of $22,766,605.95 and the money market of $1,131,055.53. Total amount of actual cash is $1,350, and the checks in the treasurer's possession not exceeding 3 days is $86,082.68. And then the cash is $8,880.98. Petty cash is $2,725 for a total of $23,996,700.14.
Motion to approve the treasurer's account.
Thank you.
Second.
Second, discussion. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Contingency transfer, Brenda.
This is from the last meeting. The Black Hills Mining Museum was here to request $8,500 from the mine severance, but we had moved it to this next meeting to do an actual contingency transfer from the contingency fund to the commissioner's professional service budget to allocate for that instead of doing it out of severance.
Move to approve. Thank you.
Second.
Discussion.
Yeah, I've got some discussion, Mr. Chair. So
Okay.
I'm going to be a nay on this strictly because the board is set out to raise a significant amount of money for this project. And it would seem to me that they need to be able to prove that they can raise the money for inspection, engineering inspection, which is only at $8,500. If they can't raise that on their own, I don't know that they should be embarking in that project. And I would rather have the county be more involved when they've proven that they can raise the funds.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Chairman, Gordon Phillips is here too.
Mr. Phillips, do you care to respond to that?
Well, we have embarked on raising funds. We spent out of our own general fund $3,700+ for the initial engineering report. And so we were busy recouping some of those costs. I can report we're only seasonal, so our funds that come in through the summertime, and then through the summertime we have to be able to pocket everything in order to remain solvent through the winter. This has been a problem that the museum has faced for 25 years. I can take you back, show you engineering reports go back 25 years, that the museum should do something with the problem. And because the museum previous boards couldn't find all the money to do anything, they never got started. And we're at a point where we need to start. This first phase will allow us to shore up the parking lot area that is the entrance, the only and the main entrance into the museum, and also on which the museum portion of the entrance sits. And without getting this portion done, the museum is at risk of closing. And we are a very vital part of the community's historical preservation. I was just browsing through the museum the other day, and I noticed that we have on display for the public, we have original bond issues from Lawrence County, Dakota Territory. And so we do a service to the county by maintaining historical records and information that people can see. And it's very important for us to get the $8,500 so we can get going with this. And as we move forward, we will, my intention is not come back to the county and ask for any more funds. I will be moving on and asking other entities, including the governor's office and different other places, to help with different features that we do. So we're not intended to overburden anybody, and we are definitely trying to raise money on our own to help with it. So that's all I can say.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I have a question too. So you've been raising funds. How much of the funds have been towards the new design for the new museum?
We had set aside around, this is gonna be round numbers, around $170,000 that was in a capital campaign fund. Of the 170,000, there was what I'll refer to as about 150,000 in hard money. And what that means, it's restricted by the donor and it cannot be used for any other purpose. And with the incidents with the last board, they're decided that they just want to go ahead, which I'm not going to get into. There remains about, right off the top of my head, I want to say about 125,000 that remains of hard money in that. And we cannot tap into that to touch what we're doing at the.
But then there was 20,000 that could be tapped into that.
That money was already moved by the old board into operation.
And used.
And previously used.
Any further discussion from the commissioners? We have a roll call vote, please, Brenda.
Ewing,
Aye.
Gomer,
Nay.
Flanagan.
Aye.
Tisdale,
Aye.
Jennings,
Nay.
Motion passes 3-2. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe.
Abatements.
Brett is going to Chairman.
Brett. Good morning.
Good morning. All right, so this property is out on Past Loop. It's owned by Brenton and Robin Lavelle. Owner came into the office and was concerned that his property was overvalued because of, well, things when he had bought it that needed to be redone. You know, there's depreciation that needed to be put on the house. It's just, we hadn't looked at it for a long time.
Was it
So-
2018 or something like that, the last thing?
Yeah, 2018, and that was only an outside inspection, so we actually didn't get in to see that a lot of things were outdated, and we just couldn't see that. So, you know, with the report that we received from the owner and pictures from, you know, when he bought it from the listing, we were able to see that there was depreciation that needed to be added to the house. So we lowered his value. Let's get to the right page. $201,943, and this is for 2026 payable in 2027 taxes. So that's what we would like to do.
Motion to follow recommendation.
Second.
Discussion on the motion. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, motion passes.
Thank you.
Thanks, Brett.
The LMPG quarterly report.
Local emergency planning grant from the state of South Dakota for items that we're required as emergency management to complete each quarter. And when we do that, we report to the state. This is that report, and Barb put that together and it's ready to send in. On that same note, I got notified yesterday that the Homeland Security grant from the state has been approved for the 2025, which was held up, and now going into the 2026. We'll have a meeting later, but that's good news from the state as well.
Thank you very much. No action on that. Just a read.
Authorize Chairman.
Yeah.
Okay,
Please.
Motion to the chairman sign. Submit.
thank you.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. All right, thank you. SDCL 7-8, they appoint the commissioner's assistant to accept notice of appeal. Tell us about that.
Mr. Chairman, I don't remember when I added it, but I added it to this meeting. It must have been after the legislature passed it. This law was effective as of July 1st. It now allows for county auditors and state's attorneys, and that includes deputy state's attorneys, to accept notice of any kind of appeals instead of having to serve a county commissioner. You don't have to do it, but it gives you that option that didn't exist. And so I present it to you for your consideration. If you would like to, authorize me, because it would have to be somebody or any person appointed by the board to accept the notice, right? And so if you would want to appoint me, I probably would fall under the state's attorney's office, but just to be clear. You don't have.
I would make a motion that we authorize our county attorney Bruce to accept these.
Under 7829. as
Yes.
amended, please.
Okay. Do we have a second?
No. I'll have discussion, but I won't second.
I'll second it.
Okay, discussion.
I think if we get sued, I think we should be served. It's always interesting when that shows up. When you get a call from a deputy trying to find you to track you down to accept that. I suspect there may be some changes in the future that may happen.
You want to go into more detail?
That's all. I think we should leave it the way it is.
I just present it for your consideration because it did change.
I made the motion.
Roll call.
That's you. She's still
You-
taking notes.
Ewing,
Aye.
Homer,
Nay.
Flanagan,
Nay.
Jennings,
Aye.
Tisdale.
Nay.
Motion failed.
Sorry.
Fine by me.
Monkey's off your back, Bruce.
We're gonna do the 2026-18 Boulder Park.
If I
You're
may,
ready.
Mr. Chairman, so Boulder Park #2 is a road district down in Boulder Canyon. Originally formed back in, was it 1992, early 90s. They have added lot 69 to their road district. And so the statute allows, under the road district statutes, two different ways for road districts to annex property. In this instance, they've done it voluntarily, and you can see where there are two exhibits attached to the resolution. One of them is the board action by their board. And then secondly, where they entered into an agreement with the owner of lot 69, a corporation, acknowledging that they had acquiesced or agreed to the annexation. Does that make sense? So it basically, it's a voluntary annexation. You don't necessarily by statute have to take action on it, but this is the way we've done it historically. And this resolution, if you would approve it, is the method by which we kind of get the ball started. It would be recorded in the deeds office. It gets sent to the treasurer's office or to the equalization office. And that's how our maps get reflected to show that that lot is then inside that road district. And it's just sort of our procedure. So we'll be looking for a motion to authorize the chairman to sign the resolution. Again, it's sort of perfunctory.
So
Second.
Discussion on the motion. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you. Motion passes. Reminder, South Dakota County Convention, September 15 and 16. Registration rooms, motels. I'm sure you'd like to know sooner than later.
Yes, please. Deadline is coming up on August 28th to register, and there's an online registration that I now have access to. So I can register you all online and then make your hotel reservations as you see fit. So please let me know, hopefully maybe by the next meeting or so. When I do attend. I think I sent out the draft copy of the agenda as well, so you can see what was on there. I don't know if it's anything terribly exciting, and it might change, but you can at least see what they're proposing.
I'd much rather go to the workshop than the convention, sorry.
Right.
Yeah. Me too.
So, yeah, if no one wants to go, fair enough, right? So that's it.
Okay, thank you. Sheriff, are you ready?
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm very happy to be here today. Hope you feel the same.
Yes.
So we are at, roughly speaking, about 54% of our year. Under normal situations with our business model, we would have hoped to have brought in about 648,000 at this point of the year. Year to date, we brought in $1,255,814.30 approximately, which would pencil out to indicate that we're about 40,000 short, 40,000 and some change short at this point of the year of nearly doubling our business model. So things are going exceptionally well. It's important for me to make mention of that, not ad nauseum, I hope, but just to keep everybody informed, because as we talked about some months ago, as hard as I work and as good a job as I try to do, I can't predict this type of success. And so when it comes to the budget, I pray that you can appreciate when we are doubling our projection to house more costs more. And there's three items within two different departments that I manage as the sheriff that are feeling the weight of the extra inmates that we're housing. One would be jail supply, which is running north of 57% of our budgeted amount. Jail board of prisoners, we're right at the 50% mark. And sheriff utility is really taking a beating. When we make this kind of money, there's likely to be a time in, say, the fall, when I'll have a more clear understanding of exactly how we're going to finish. That my projection is at this point, despite our best mitigating efforts, we're going to be a little short in a couple line items, and I'm going to have to ask for some of that money back to help balance the bills. That having been said, I think it's still very positive news. We should all feel very good about it. This comes not with ease, but with considerable effort. And Pat Johnson behind me, one of our chief deputies, doesn't always get the credit that he deserves, but that's a tremendous job that he's doing on our behalf up there. So I'd like to give him a little bit of airtime, so to speak. At present, we're running about 79 federal inmates, which is a big number. That's given us well over 100 in total population. And our staff, I'm happy to say, they're dealing with it very well. But as always, I let them tell us when we need to slow down. So we're going to run it this way through the balance of the summer, we hope, and we'll see what their stress level produces. Additionally, probably one of the bigger things that we've got on the table right now in terms of the sheriff's office is the PSAP consolidation that we're working on with Spearfish. I'm happy to say that that seems to be going extremely well to this point. There's three rather pivotal dates or meetings that are coming up, and hopefully it culminates with my budget presentation to this board on the 30th. So that's what I had for the board, unless you have any questions for me.
Yes, sir.
I just want to commend you and Officer Johnson for making this business model work that you come up with. I think that's absolutely fantastic, and we certainly thank you guys for all your hard work.
I appreciate the support.
Feels good, all the heat you took
Oh, yeah.
planning on this thing and getting it done, and then it's working.
A lot of people are contributing to this process.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sheriff.
8:25, thank you. We have to wait for 4 minutes for a public hearing. If you'd like a break, we'll take a break. Okay.
Somebody let the senator in the room.
Good heavens. That way I better security.
Yeah.
How'd you get in?
Need one of those dogs. Need one of those dogs.
From the doctor.
Senator sniffing dogs. I saw where Pennington County.
What did Diver sneak in?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
It's nice to be welcome.
You're quiet when you come in too.
Yeah. Let's see if I can say that one. The key is keeping me quiet.
On the South Dakota War College site today, I noticed that Pennington County is going to hand count. It looks like where they're offering to hand count for the upcoming gubernatorial runoff election. I think that where they need 200 and some volunteers or something like that to pull that off.
The hand count.
The hand count.
Yeah.
And can you trust those people?
Apparently, yeah. So they're trying to, they put word out that they need to know by a date certain, I think, whether or not they have the full crew to do that. But that'll be interesting to see how that works out.
I think it's who trains them who trains them for their qualified to train them. One guy says he is.
Yeah,
South Dakota Cancer.
right. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, right. But good goodness. So stand by for that. It's interesting.
Wow.
I can send you the link if you want it.
Are you still live?
Yeah.
Okay. Next item is a public hearing on resolution 2026-17. Our format for a public hearing is if the item will be presented to the audience. Once that's done, it'll be turned over to the audience for any comments they may have one way or another on it. And then back to the commission. So please refrain from joining in our conversation unless we ask you a question. Thank you. Please go ahead.
If I may, Mr. Chairman. I would direct you to the agenda and the preliminary and final plat, the second one, 2025-37. That is related to this vacation, and I've put that information up for the plat up on the screen. And so to explain it, I think the area on the screen that you see that's hatched is an existing publicly dedicated right-of-way that they would propose by this particular petition to vacate. Then above that, I think, is an existing public or is a private easement that they would buy that plat that you'll hear later on to make a public dedicated easement. Make sense? And so they're basically flipping one for the other. Vacate the public in the hatched area and then reestablish it, the private easement as a public easement above that later on. And I would defer to anybody else that have any better explanation, but that's my understanding of it.
Deb, can you mute your mic? Can you mute your mic?
I don't know if I can or not.
mistaken. There you go.
All right, very good.
So two-step process. Present process would be to vacate that publicly dedicated easement. And then later on, again, you'll hear a proposal to reestablish it as part of the approval.
Contingent on the plat.
That's right. That's right.
Any other input?
That's all I know about it.
Anyone in the audience wishing to speak to this matter? If so, please stand up, state your name and your address. Anyone either way? I'll close the public hearing. Turn it over to the commission.
I don't have a problem with the vacation. This plat is a mess. All the little flag lots for no reason that I can tell, but that's not what we're looking at here anyway. So I'll make a motion to approve the vacation and approve resolution 2026-17.
Second.
Discussion on the motion. All in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Thank you.
Mr. Bay. I know you don't want to, but we come visit with us.
Good morning.
Morning.
I don't have a lot today. I do have a couple of things that I'd like to bring to your attention. The first one that I have on here, and this is a utility permit, it's a request by Randy Lake, who represents Excel Construction LLC. They submitted an application to install a sewer line under the Maitland Road. And where this kind of gets a little off track, in my opinion, I don't know what we have to do with this. This is the city of Spearfish has approved this. There is a state statute 94853 that requires the sewer line to be hooked to the public sewer system if it's within 200 feet. The only people that can stop that is the city of Spearfish, and they have approved it. So the application came to us because the road is ours. I don't think we have the ability to really to stop it if we wanted to, or I think our approval or rejection is kind of a moot point. I don't really have a recommendation. I'm reluctant to give a recommendation on this for that reason. I personally don't have an issue with this boring project. I did fill out the application. I did put our language in incorporating the reference that, do we have any authority to do so? I did not put any other conditions on this permit because I don't really see where we have the authority to do so.
Bruce, would the motion to not object be sufficient?
Well, so I think that captures it. I think the language you've used in the past, that you don't think you have the authority to do it, but to the extent that you do, you grant it. And then also add that because of the statute that John cited, you probably don't have any discretion to deny it anyway. And
But it's much like a quit claim deed.
exactly.
If we have any authority, you have it. We don't know that we do. I'll
And
make the
then
motion.
add that additional piece too, please, about the statutory requirement of the hookup. So I don't know that you could stand in the way of it, like John said, even if you wanted to.
I'll second it.
Did you get that whole motion? Okay. Discussion on the motion.
So just one question, if there is damage to the road, is the county liable for the damage and the county would have to fix it since it's still our jurisdiction?
I have reached out to the city of Spearfish. I have not got an answer back. I think that we're to the point with some plats that are coming up and with this, that we go forward and we pursue the matter with the state under, I think it's statute 31-17-17, and we try to relinquish the authority of this section of Maitland Road to the city.
As a borderline road.
That's the borderline statute road. This is a poster child for that statute.
Very good. Any other discussion? All in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes.
The next thing I do have, spoke with Bruce a minute ago when I would add this to the agenda. We did get the billing for the chip seal project out on West 14, and I do have the change order that reflects the liquidated damages for them being late. So this is in the amount of $34,724.96. That is in our favor, but it does require a change order. So I would request your signature on this change order. It's in our favor. We get a deduction of the bill for the liquidated damages for them being late.
Motion allow the chairman to sign.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes.
John, do we need to sign these?
I don't know.
I think you have a couple of updates, Jim.
The Tinton Road update. We did finish that project. I think everybody's pretty aware, but we've got a lot of positive comment from the public. Everybody's pretty excited about it. The one drawback is we didn't go far enough for most people.
Yeah.
We did get an invoice sent to the Forest Service. There was some problems with that invoice. It didn't match the grant amount. It was over the grant amount. I wanted to make sure they got the full view of what that cost to the county was, including our overhead, including our labor, including everything. The grant was for $500,000. Our overall bill, including our overhead, was $737,898. So the cost to the county is significantly less than that, but our portion of the grant project is to cover 20%. So this covers our 20%. And we were informed last week that it was accepted. We still haven't received payment at this time, but it sounds like it's on its way for $500,000. Correct.
Very good.
And our homestake road improvement, I did speak with the engineers. At this time, they have reached out to some of the landowners, and it is going to require some easement for the proposal they made. So I have not at this time received any information on the easements, if they're going to be cooperative or if we're going to have to come up with a different plan. I should know more, I hope, today. I haven't heard. I was hoping to hear from them yesterday and I didn't.
And your engineers approached them on the easements. Is that what?
That's correct. That is correct. Yeah. And the last thing I have is we did complete the project, the joint project with the Ute County up at the fairgrounds. We hauled up the gravel they requested and we dumped it. They spread it out and it looked real good. I went up there for the first time. I've never been to the Ute County fairgrounds. I guess it's a lot more of a facility than I thought it was. So the improvement of us taking the gravel, I thought it was pretty cool. It's a pretty neat deal and it's quite a complex really. So I was kind of impressed, but it's taken care of and they were happy and we did our parts.
Well, John, on behalf of all the kids that are gonna be out there in a couple of weeks running around, thank you. Thank you for making that.
I'll make sure that the people that did the work are
Yes.
aware of that. So
Appreciate it.
that's all I have. I think we have some Spearfish Plat stuff here.
Okay.
If I may, Mr. Chairman.
Sure.
And Rory Maynard is here too, I think, as the owner, and I will get it started and he can fill in what I leave out or I get wrong. So I think this is the Maitland Vistas subdivision, is that correct? And we're looking for authorization to allow John Bay to sign as highway authority for the plat. Included in your packet is a road maintenance agreement. It contains that very similar language that you saw a meeting or two ago, where it declares that this is not a county road, has not been a county road, and by approving the plat, the county has no future, present, or any intention whatsoever to ever maintain it or take care of it. Makes sense? And so with that, I think that sort of lays it out. I would defer to Roy for any comments he has.
I don't really have any comments. Just thank you for considering it, and I have no intention of having the county ever maintain this road. So,
Thank you. Motion from where?
I have not seen any of this yet. It was supposedly emailed to me several times. I've never received an email. I'm not aware of any of this. I did have conversations with the city back in the end of 2024. They had intentions of extending Centennial to make in their future plan to connect Maitland Road to Highway 85. At that time, my question to them is if it's a section line road, if it connects to Centennial, what is the intent? Are we increasing the county highway system? I've never got a response to my question. My question still is, and I haven't read the language yet, but if it's in there as Centennial Road, and I believe what I was told, it says something to the effect that Centennial Road has not been maintained or will be maintained by the county. Well, that's not correct. The Centennial Road, there's 2 mile portion Centennial Road is on the county system. This is an addition. So I think if we go forward with this, if we do sign this plat, if it isn't going to be signed by the city, that needs to be changed from Centennial Road to something else. Now, I spoke with Mr. Maynard yesterday, and he thought the city was calling it Centennial Boulevard or Centennial Avenue. Looks to me right there, it says Centennial Road. I don't really care much for that. I think it's confusing. I think that could be a problem in the future where people are considering that a county road by name. I would recommend that this somehow gets changed to either West Centennial, Centennial Boulevard, or Centennial Avenue, or something to that effect. I think this could be confusing.
You act like you want to speak again.
Well, I want to speak, but I want to be clear of what I know. So, this road, Centennial Road, is in the Spearfish Master Plan.
Yes.
And so when I first started this subdivision, essentially got held up because of this road. They said this road has to go down the section line. I built a road that was not on the section line, thought I had approval to build that. And when the city came through to build a road, they would build it on the section line. Anyways, to me, it seems like the city is going to be taking this stuff. Seems like to me the city is going to be taking this road over at some point in their master transportation plan. But the way John reads it is that, and I agree with this too, is that some part along that Centennial Road is maintained by the county. So it could be inferred that this road would continue and be maintained by the county. But the city stance is that it's going to connect to Centennial Road and they're going to take it over. That's all I know. I hope this doesn't delay my plat to sell these lots and get them on the tax roll of the county, not of the city. But I want you guys to know that I'll waive any rights that I have or that I need to with you guys to maintain this road, whatever. I don't know what that means or looks like. I don't think Centennial Road in my, existence on this earth is going to ever extend to meet Centennial Road. The land behind me is Atlantis Trust property. I think it would take some substantial stuff to move that or eminent domain to put a road down the section line. I don't know though, and these are my thoughts. So, yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Yes, Mr. Dave.
Randy Divert, 1715 Scott Avenue. Mr. Maynard's been battling this for almost a year. And they've moved him around on this piece of road, so part of it is in the section line, which is in the county. So I think if you approve this today, you'd also have to approve that he's able to improve that piece of section just to cover that base. But that is in public right of way. So it's something that maybe should be addressed. And that's the furthest west or eastmost piece of this road. But I ask that you don't hold him up because he's been going along.
And I agree. It's been a long time. But sometimes develops that way. Thoughts from the commission?
Mr. Chair.
Yes.
Mr. Alka, how comfortable are you with the the document that's there about not having to, making sure that we don't have responsibility to maintain that road.
Well, I'm hearing some of this for the first time today, and so I'm trying to react. I don't know why I'm hearing it for the first time today, but I am. So I'm really presenting this. City isn't here today. I think Jemaya is out. And so I'm sort of a third party, just sort of presenting this. There could be very valid questions here. For example, to the extent that the section line is going to be improved, the county would have to authorize that. Historically, we've had an agreement that lays that out. And one example or two that I can think of, and I haven't had time to process that. And so maybe we need to have more time to talk about it. And I can learn more about what concerns are. Or John can communicate them with the city.
I can try. I mean, I already have tried it. I haven't got a response.
But it seems like it might be a bit premature to act on it today.
I'm hearing somebody hadn't heard about it. Somebody's just hearing about it. We're just hearing about it. I'm not comfortable making a decision on this today at all.
Your next meeting would be the July 30th, the Thursday meeting, and that could come up again, if at all.
I would make a motion, we table it until the July 30th meeting.
Second.
Hopefully have some answers by then.
And when
Don't
we
make
have
a
more
hold you up.
detailed answers, oh, I'm sorry, discussion. Would we, yes, sir.
The couple issues we have that I'm hearing is the road name could be a problem, or problematic. We need to approve development of the section line.
I would add as well to the intersection of McDermott, Maitland, and whatever we call this new road. We're creating another four-way intersection. At this time is an uncontrolled four-way intersection. Mr. Rayner's property now, it's not being used. It's actually blocked off by one of our signs. But at the point that this is opened or approved, we're gonna have to deal with this intersection.
Happened to turn around on Mr. Maynard's gravel road next to the barrier and watched, and it's a three entrance intersection at this point, and I almost saw a freaking wreck sitting there. I mean,
Yeah,
it's just crazy. I'm surprised we don't have
The
stop
only
signs
stop
there yet.
sign is on McDermott. And, cause Maitland's a through road. McDermott is the add-on, but it is a problem area, and we're gonna add to that problem with this expansion.
So if it gets improved, it'd be ideal if it's a four-way.
It's gonna need to be a four-way stop. That is correct. I guess the question's gonna be who's gonna be responsible for the four-way stop.
Table. Was the motion to continue?
Till July 30th.
Thank you.
Again, that's.
Yeah, I'm not table, just continue.
Thank you.
Any other discussion? All in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Thank you, John.
Thanks, guys. See you. Thanks, Sean.
That's all I have. If you guys have anything else.
Thank you for your presence.
Thank you.
Next up is Amber Vogt, planning and zoning. How are you?
Do we just go through them or do you wanna?
Please just go.
Okay, so you guys saw that Dave Heck provided his letter. It looks like both of them. One has a management plan and one was already inspected, so those were provided. The first one is a plat for KR Deer Mountain, 2026-36. And this is going to be, oops. Not that one, hold on.
Bruce.
There we go. So here's the plat here. It's just breaking all these lots out. Lots 149 through 178 with the utility lot. This is a final plat. It's the preliminary. really nothing new on here that you guys haven't seen, I guess, unless you have questions. Randy is here. If you have anything.
Questions from anyone? Motions from anyone?
Recommend approval of final plat.
Second.
Discussion on the motion. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, next one.
The next one, I think, did you guys talk about this one a
We
little bit
introduced
earlier? Right, okay.
They took action to vacate that part that's hatched.
Okay, so this is the preliminary and final plat for this subdivision, lots 1 and 2 of Alice. He came to both of you guys with a layout plan, kind of showing you what his grand scheme is. But he did say in that meeting that for right now, he just wanted to redo these lots right in front. These are all existing lots within the Alice subdivision, and they're doing some lot line movement in between all of them with the vacation of this here, which, like you said, you saw earlier today. It is a weird shaped lot. I don't think there's really anything wrong with it. It's just the weird little flagship so that he can have access to the well, which is up here in the corner.
What about the weird one on the bottom? The same thing, yeah.
This one here?
Yep.
Yeah, that's in for future access possibly to the grander
No,
piece
the
back
little
here.
sliver below the axis.
Correct, it's connected to this big piece back here.
So it is part of that?
Let me look here.
Looks like a sliver, but I guess it is
That's-
part of it, huh?
It's part of this big
Okay.
piece.
There was a time when flag lots like that were not allowed, I thought by statute, but now it's got them all over the place. But anyway, it's goofy. The
It's
other one,
goofy, yeah.
the other one is a well easement, it's one thing, probably should have been an easement, but it's the same difference.
Gentlemen didn't trust easements.
I think it's left over from Warren Loop, because Warren Loop's a dedicated public right of way. It's not, he doesn't own that.
Well, there's the lot 1A underneath that little bitty sliver.
Yeah, but it's connected to this piece back here.
Yeah, but it should just not be there. It's just weird. I see what's going on there, though.
But he doesn't own, I think it was left over from what he owns, basically, if that makes sense.
Motion.
Motion to approve the preliminary and final plat.
Thank you. Second. Discussion on the motion. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Give me just a minute. I won't be very long. Next item is Audrey Pruitt, 4-H educator. Audrey, please come forward.
We approved the final on that last one?
Yeah, they were together.
That was it.
We did it much against Chris's wishes. Combining.
He's been dealing with it.
Yeah.
Audrey, go ahead.
All right, good morning, guys. We've been super busy in 4-H and Extension. In April, Cindy and I attended some training for 4-H online at Fair Itchery. We started having our livestock literacy classes, which the kids are required to take if they're going to sell animals at the fair. I did the third and final thank you note class at Belfouche Middle School with some 7th graders. We had a family night at the Rapid City Rush game. Let's see, our junior leaders made birthday boxes, which consisted of a cake mix, a can of soda, candles, frosting, everything for a birthday. And we did 12 of those, and we donated 6 of them to the Artemis House in Spearfish, and 6 of them went to the Compassion Cupboard in Belfouche. The kids had a great time doing that. It was a lot of fun. Western Heritage, we started working on our personas. We had our spring state shoot, which we had 44 participants in and probably almost 200 events. So we have a lot of kids who are very talented to do a lot of different things. It's kind of cool. We also celebrated our volunteers. In May, we had our very first ever state shooting sports ambassador was announced. Her name is Rebecca Stump, and she is going to be a sophomore, I believe, maybe a junior. And she's in Belfouche, but we're really excited for her. We had a clover bud workshop that one of our Lawrence County leaders put on, and we had 4 in attendance for that. We had 10 kids graduate from high school, and we started meeting for our robotics team, which is really cool. We're very excited. We weren't sure we were going to be able to get that started, and we actually were. We actually had our first competition, practice competition with Pennington and Meade County last 2 weeks ago, I guess, and had a lot of fun with that. So that's off and running. We're doing a lot of fun stuff with that. We've had one thing I was really proud of was BH invited. It somehow got to Pennington. I don't know how it got to Pennington first, but anyways, we figured it out. And BH holds a Women in Science conference, and they had over 800 7th and 8th grade girls from all over West River and Wyoming, and there was a lot of kids there. So they invited us, and I worked with the other educators in West River, and I worked with some Wyoming educators, and we were able to put on a booth out there. We had our robots out there, and we made slime, and we got our name out there a lot, and it was a really fun event. We had a good time. It was exhausting that day, but it was a great day. We've had some more CDM and horticulture skillathons. In June, we started having our livestock meetings. Robotics continued. We had, I mentioned this, I think, at our last meeting, our Black Hills Summit we had last year for the first time. And this year we expanded it into 2 days. It was supposed to be 3 days, but we didn't have enough horse people who registered for it. So we dropped it down to 2 days, but we still had over 25 kids, I think, who participated, again, from multiple counties, including Meade, Butte, and Lawrence. So it was a great time. The girls worked really hard. It's 2 4-H'ers that are in high school that put it on and do 90% of the legwork. We're really proud of those 2. Swine Barn, so you guys were talking about the fairgrounds a little bit ago. We had the United Way group from Belfouche actually went out and helped with the swine barn. So we're getting more community involvement that way. It's been very interesting to see that. And we actually have another work day this weekend, and they're going to be coming out again and helping with that. So we appreciate that support. We've had a couple of workshops. We did embroidery. We did a frame that they can do as projects out at the fair. We had 7 competitors who went to nationals, and we actually ended up with number 2 in the state for, I knew I was going to forget which event she did. Air rifle, I believe. So very proud of her. Yeah. And we had our state horse qualifier with 14 participants. And they are actually at the state horse show yesterday, today, and tomorrow. So upcoming, we have our RYLF is the Redwater Youth Leadership Fund. They years ago, the state used to provide funding for kids to go to national events, and that funding went away. They're actually trying to work on bringing that back at the state level. But in the meantime, RYLF stepped in to fill the gap to help send kids to national events. And so they have their big fundraiser tomorrow night. Pray for at least a little bit of cool weather because they're at the Roundup grounds outside. So that's tomorrow night. We've been working on that. We've got our fair cleanup days. And then, of course, we have a fair coming up. Get to rest up in August and then head to State Fair in September. And then we have our fall state shoot. I'm really excited about the robotics program. It's really kind of taken off. We've had 4 kids consistently coming. I think that's a good start. But we're working through it. And after our first little practice competition, we had a lot of light bulbs go off for the kids because they realized what it exactly was they were working for. I can sit and tell them something, but until they get out there and actually do it and see it, it makes a whole lot more sense for them. So we've added 9 new members since the last time I talked to you all. We're still holding steady at about 90 volunteers. We actually have a couple more working on it right now because they're going to be running our food stand for fair. And that's about it. I do have invitations for you guys for the fair, and I have some extra ones here as well that you guys can put out around the building or whatever. So so yes, we have fair coming up. We're very excited. We have we've got 415-ish large animals. That doesn't count rabbits and chickens, and there's probably 200 or 300 of those. So it's going to be a big fair this year.
I cannot believe the categories you have. I mean, there's 8 categories for crochet.
Yeah.
And then it goes on from there. I mean,
Yeah.
That's just,
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. It's a lot.
project. Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, we're really excited. Again, praying for cool weather, but it's gonna be cooler than this week, right? We're gonna take that as a win. Anyways, do you guys have any questions for me?
No, thank you for all your.
Yes, thank you very much.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, guys, have a great day.
Take care of those kids. All right. Items from the public. Anyone wish to speak to us on any matter?
We'll have a chance later.
Okay. Items from the commissioners.
I have nothing.
There's
Yes,
not
please.
agenda correspondence here from the feds about built money that we got $869,720 this year. Which is always nice.
And
That's
with
up.
taxes.
And it's up from last year too. So
Because that was kind of starting to dry up.
yeah, it's up, and so that's nice. From what I budgeted for the revenue, it was up. Remember?
Good.
I just look at it and
Quite a bit.
yeah, it was quite a bit. We'll take it.
Anything else?
Motion to adjourn.
Thank you.
59.
Eric, your invite's in your desk drawer.
Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna end the recording.